All right, folks, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at a game that just released the trailer. It looks pretty fucking badass, I'm not going to lie. You know my taste. I got good taste. This is called Blight Survival. This is a medieval zombie apocalypse survival game. I mean, what else do you fucking want? What else do you want? So they just released the trailer. It looks absolutely incredible. So here is what the description reads on Steam so far. Blight Survival is an upcoming medieval cooperative action horror roguelite set in the alternative 14th century. Almost fucked up there. So this game has boasted some really cool elements so far. So it is a up to 4-person co-op. So you and 3 friends can play together. It looks like it's going to be an open world. There's fucking parkour. You can customize your armors. A pretty unique game, if you ask me. I've always wanted some medieval game that had a zombie apocalypse setting. So I think that's pretty cool. Why don't we go ahead and just read the description here that they have on Steam. Blight Survival is a 4-person co-op action horror roguelite set in an unforgiving no man's land between 2 desperate states at a ceaseless war. Within this purgatory, a new strain of blight has sprung from the remains of the dead. Strengthened by the blood that has been spilled, it rapidly spreads, turning man into monster. Ooh, sounds scary. As the nations bleed, chastened and paralyzed by the war they call upon you, you and your kin, with offerings of coin being the only ones willing and capable, you've been tasked to venture in and raise the all-consuming blight. Okay, so it looks like you and your sword are going to have to take out a fucking army of zombies. Pretty awesome, if you ask me. Fight with up to 3 friends your way through both men and monsters in a violent co-op action experience. Pillage and loot the spoils of those less fortunate, but remember, what has been found can once again be lost. So what do they mean by that? So this seems to be one of those systems where you die, you lose everything. You lose all your loot. I think it's actually really cool. I like games like that. It makes it a little more difficult. So I believe from what I've been reading, there's not a lot of information on this game, but when you die, you actually start playing as somebody else, like a family member. You'll play as a totally new person, which I really enjoy. You're not going to have anything, right? Unless you pick up items in the game and go return them to your outpost, your base, your home, your village, whatever the fuck they've got in here. It's kind of like Escape from Tarkov. You go in, get out, get your stuff, go put it away, and then, if you die, you still have access to all that stuff because it's back in your inventory. So I think that's really cool. I love that, and I love that you play as a different person. I really hope that stands out. I want you to look different. You play as your kid, your cousin, a random guy in the village. It'd be really cool to see other elements involved with that too. For instance, if you're a totally new person, you don't get access to all that stuff. Maybe you have to go get some money first and you can buy it from the bank or, I mean, that would probably annoy people, but I think that would be cool. Add some realism to this shit. Choose between a large selection of weapons, armors, and customize them to best suit your play style. So I know somebody posted in the Reddit forums asking the developers if you could customize your armor and the colors, and they said yes. They said that armor and clothing customization is going to be a huge part of this game. So that's going to be really cool. Explore the war-ravaged lands in a huge map filled with secrets and plenty of coin to be found. So people were also posting in the Reddit forum if there was going to be a story, and the developer said yes, there is a story. However, they seem to leave it a bit open-ended. I think it's going to be more like a sandbox game. You can pick and choose your route. And here's a post actually about the gameplay. So it says, at its core, it is a simple gameplay loop. Get in, get out. However, each playthrough will be different than the last as we're developing semi-procedural elements affecting weather, choke points, spawn points, patrol patterns, time of day, time of year, and so on. You are free to pick and choose whatever route you fancy as the game doesn't have a linear design and you can roam freely. To further this, deadly fungi spores gradually move around the map, turning it into an ever-changing living maze, thereby forcing you to adapt to the circumstances. So obviously you can see right there that your gameplay is going to change a little bit. I think that's going to add a lot more depth to the game, but I think it's one of those games where you kind of, there's a little bit of mystery to it, which I absolutely enjoy. I would compare it to something probably close to the Souls series or Elden Ring, where there's a little bit of mystery to it, right? It doesn't really give you a direction. I hope that's what they do. I love games like that. That keeps you interested until the end because you don't know what's going on. You have no idea what's happening. I love that. And think about back then, they were fucking burning people, women that could do math, they're burning them as witches. So they don't know what the fuck's going on at all. And so now we have another note by the developers about the loot system that they have in the game. So they say, you start the game with poor equipment. You have to kill, loot, and explore your way to the spoils of war. Should you die, you'll lose everything upon death, just like real life. Although knowledge will carry to the next character in your bloodline. So it may be advised to return to camp, upgrade, enhance, store, customize your equipment to stand a better chance next run. This itself and the deep customization we have planned to make it a lot more fun and challenging experiences. So that's pretty awesome. So what they're saying is make sure to, spend your skill points or upgrade your equipment because when you die, you're the next person in line you play as. If it's a 8-year-old girl, well, guess what? She's going to have 80 strength, or whatever system they use. So you want to make sure that you're implementing that. I do think that's really cool. Like I said, I think it would add more replayability to the game if you were to not get any of the skills, but you can keep all the equipment. So people probably would disagree with me on that, but that's what I think. It says, once we have locked down the formula and have a solid core gameplay loop, we'd be expanding with new biomes, items, modes, and enemies to keep you coming back for more. Very cool. Love replayability. So one other thing I thought was really incredible about this game is not only just the setting and the graphics, oh my God, it looks absolutely stunning, is that this is only made by 2 people in their spare time. So here's a post by Hennier Studio. I don't know how to pronounce it. I do not believe this is in the States. So he says, I work in the industry as a gameplay technical animator, and my partner works as an animation director. So we are both working on this in our free time. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. They've been working on it for about 7 months, they said. So I'm sure it's going to be some time before the game's out, but it looks absolutely stunning. I mean, you can see they have some examples right here that they posted on Twitter of some of the parkour system they have in place where you can run through these doors, slide through these little crevices if you're skinny enough. And they're using the bow. They're showing you how the bow works. The game looks absolutely stunning so far. I know that we've seen a lot of games like this early on. They look great. By the time they come out, it's trash or it's not finished. I really hope this isn't one of those cases. I know a lot of people seem to be upset about the game. They're kind of like shunning it because they said it looks a lot like Elden Ring. First off, that's not a bad thing because Elden Ring is a pretty incredible game, but also it looks nothing like Elden Ring to me. The gameplay doesn't look the same. They did say, I know they're taking inspiration from Software, so they said that the fighting style, the game is going to be kind of a mix between the Souls series and Mordhau. And Mordhau, as you know, is a very complex fighting system. It's probably some of the best around. I can't even play the game. It's so hard. But I don't see Elden Ring in this. To me, it doesn't look like Elden Ring. It's got good graphics. I think it looks great. My only pet peeve is I don't like games where the camera is off kilter to the side. I hate games like that, like Resident Evil. It just bugs me. I don't know if that, maybe I'm the I'm the black sheep. I have no idea, but I absolutely hate it. And I do know the first thing I thought when I watched this trailer, and I can shut up and we can actually watch it together, but the armor he's wearing, when he's sneaking around, you can't hear the armor, and that armor would be very loud. Now, I'm not saying you can't sneak or be quiet. I literally have a set of armor behind me. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but I have a set of armor behind me. It's very loud. It's very heavy. It's hard to move around in. So I think it would be really cool if they implement him kind of a win-lose situation in this game where the armor, you can put heavier armor on and a fucking zombie can't, get your fucking jugular. He's not going to be able to get you as easy, right? Maybe they can just beat the shit out of you, do some blunt force trauma, but having the heavy armor on, you can't sneak. You can't sneak around. They can hear you from 50 feet away, but if you have cloth on, you're less protected. He's going to gnaw your fucking dick off, I think that would be a really cool system to implement, and they're so early on that I'm sure they're going to be taking suggestions and also hearing out the community a little bit. I love developers like that. I know right now it says that they're trying to secure, it says right here, so right now we're looking for the right publisher to secure funding for the project. So we'll see. The game got a lot of traction so far. I mean, the trailer dropped, and in the gaming community, I feel like that it went pretty viral for a small studio like this. I don't see that they've made any other games before. I looked on Steam. I don't see anything. So someone correct me if I'm wrong. But the game looks awesome. Medieval setting, zombies. I mean, doesn't get much better than that. So I know that we have some other games that kind of flopped a little bit. For instance, I played Black Masses on my channel, and that game was pretty lackluster. I really wasn't impressed with it. I know it's not done. It's a beta, but like it doesn't look good. It doesn't feel that great. It needs a lot of polishing. I want to enjoy that game because it is very similar. That's a co-op, and there's tons of zombies. It's kind of a similar system. You're going to go out, you're going to fight a shit ton of zombies with your friends. This one looks way more polished. It looks really good. So anyway, maybe check out the video. I'll link it if you want to just watch the video without me talking. It's pretty short, but it looks really great. So let me know what you think in the comments. I'm really excited for this game. It's definitely on my wish list. So hopefully we'll see some more information soon. And thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate it.